All right, hi everybody. It's been 3 weeks or so since our last bi-weekly vlog, and we thought we'd do a little one today. We got some things we want to talk about, so Allison, do you want to kind of take it away?
Sure. So one of the things that came up in the past 2 weeks, and actually it's been ongoing for some time, is our efforts to ship internationally. So as you know, we started with Canada because that was the easiest for us, and we were able to launch that, and that's going really well. And it actually isn't that much more expensive to ship to Canada than the US. It's turning out to be like, I don't know, about $120, which isn't too bad. So all those lucky Canadian customers, we are serving them, so they're pretty happy about it. So that was a win. But I still get a lot of email from folks in the UK and in Australia and even New Zealand about shipping to those locations, those countries. And those are a little bit more challenging. So what's hard about it?
Well, there's large bodies of water between our landmass and those landmasses, which complicate things a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's that.
There are also governmental bureaucracies that we have to navigate.
So there are all these laws, so we have to comply with the laws for exporting from the United States and then importing into those countries, and they're really detailed and complicated.
Yeah, and there's product safety requirements that we have to navigate as well. So all this is to say that it's a little bit more complicated to ship to UK and Australia than it is just over the border to Canada.
But the first one that we're going after is the UK, because it's we think it's closer, obviously, than Australia, and so I did some shipping estimates, and these are total estimates. I just picked random addresses, and it looks like the shipping, even in the best case scenario, will probably be around $275 US, maybe more, depending on what rates I can get. And our tariff code is Taylor's dummy, and it looks like it's a 1.7% duty. And the hard part, and all of you folks that are overseas that buy things in the United States know that you have to pay the value-added tax, the VAT, and that's 20%, and it's 20% on the shipping and the insurance and the product cost. So it's like, ugh, it's a little brutal, but we want to make that available to our clients in the UK in case that it's worth it for them to spend that money. We want to make that an option. And long term, we're obviously going to have to move manufacturing overseas to make it viable for most people, and that is not an easy task. Yeah. Why is it not easy?
Well, so right now we are in control of the product from end to end. So I'm in control, I edit the models, and then I walk out to the garage and I grab a block of foam, and then I put it in the machine, and then when it comes out, I know who it is, I can inspect the quality, and then there's no mystery of who that person is, so that no one will receive a foam bodice that isn't theirs.
The other thing is I do all the finishing. I make a custom cover. I'm the one that puts it on and makes sure that everything is perfect, and I steam it, and I'm not ready. I don't know how to quantify that for a QA, quality assurance process, for another manufacturer.
Right.
Like, we have to have tolerances, so and this goes back to our Apple days, but if you have a manufacturing partner, you have to specify in writing what passes quality assurance and what doesn't. And these little details are very difficult to quantify. It's not like you're making a bolt and you say if it's 1 millimeter too large, then it goes in that failure pile. I can't specify, I need the cover to lay without any wrinkles, and then the seam line needs to be aligned to that. It's just like, it's too much.
Yeah, so there are contractual obligations that we would need to negotiate with overseas partners, and we're just not ready to invest in that
Yeah,
just yet.
that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So first things first, let's just ship the product and see if there's a demand, and if there's a demand in these specific countries, then we can invest, and we have the revenues generally, including our North American sales, to pay for all the research and development it will take to create those standards and find manufacturing partners.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Whew.
Whew, okay.
Man, all right, that was a
But
little
we
dry.
do care, and we really want to get these forms out to everyone who wants one. So just so you know, we are thinking about this a lot.
Yeah,
and we do care.
And it's just the two of us.
It's just us two chickens, so that's what's happening.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
So
so-
on to something more creative.
Okay, so as you know, I've been talking about this for some time now, but we are working on a draping class with our friend Gabby Brown. And we made this cute little, well, Nathan made it, this cute little half-size form to facilitate our course. And right now it's just local because we want to test our ideas out before we roll it out more broadly online and make those and design that course. So what is going on with that? So it's been super fun. I got together with Gabby last weekend, and she actually draped this really cute bodice and she marked up the form. It's really fun because this is a washable marker, so in our in-person classes we can teach people how to mark reference lines, and then we can just take the cover and wash it. We don't have to make new ones. I thought that was a cute idea. The idea of this course is to introduce draping as a fun and playful creative experience. So not thinking so much about sewing execution, and just focusing on the pure creative realm.
Yeah.
And I feel like as home sewists, we don't give ourselves a lot of freedom to explore our own ideas. We're always working from other people's patterns. And you see that cute outfit when you're out and about in the world on somebody, or you're, online, and you find this really cute picture of a look that you think is awesome, but you can't find a pattern to make that. Well, we want to empower sewists to color outside of the lines, so to speak, and be able to create that for themselves.
Yeah. So we are a dress form company.
Yeah.
And there are other dress form companies. Why would our business as a dress form company support educational content? Do you want to talk about that?
Oh yeah,
a little
sure.
bit?
So our main mission at Beatrice Forms, and when we formed our company, we actually wrote down our values and what we're trying to accomplish. And our main goal is to empower makers to personally express themselves creatively. So we're not a dress form company, we're a company that empowers makers to express their creativity. And the idea of draping, or the process of draping, to us is in line with that value.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to bring into the world. So it makes sense for us to invest in this. And it's taking a lot of time, and we are, hiring outside consultant to a professional to make sure that we're teaching proper methods. And so that's why we're spending all of those resources on doing this, and it's super fun. And that's the thing, remember when you first started sewing, it was just, you weren't so serious about it, and it was just this play fun thing. You didn't stress out so hard about your output. Well, that's what this is about. And the reason why we're testing it in person is to see, is that something people want to do? Do they want to play? Do they want to explore that? Does that have value for people? I'm getting a lot of value out of it, but that doesn't mean everybody else is going to get a lot of value out of it. On a Beatrice, you can drape for yourself. So that obviously is something that's interesting to us, but on a half-size form that is of a different shape, this is not your shape. The people who are draping on it, it's not their shape, so they can't turn it into patterns for themselves.
Yeah.
And so it's just pure play.
Yeah, we wanted to create a company that didn't just like throw the tool over the fence and then expect you to kind of like learn how to use it or expect you to know how to use it already.
Yeah.
There are lots of tool companies, and this isn't limited to just dress forms.
Or sewing.
Exactly. That just kind of expect you to know how to do it, and you don't get any support, and you walk away with this potentially expensive tool that you don't know how to use, and it just, you look at it and you're afraid of it, or you're disappointed that you bought it, and that's not, I've felt that personally, and we don't want our customers to feel that way.
We don't want you to feel that way. So we want to plant lots of seeds. We want to give just the maker community in general, different ideas of what could be possible for them, and so this whole effort is in support of that mission.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of that class, and I think half forms are adorable. I wish we could make them custom half forms for half the price, but we can't because all of the cost of making a custom dress form is mostly in the design and modeling part of it, in the digital space. It's not the making of it. So the fact that it takes half the materials and maybe doesn't need a professional stand, that really doesn't cut the price in half. So that's a bummer. But if we make somewhat standard forms, when I say standard, they're not standard because they're based off of real people. But if we have a couple of generic shapes, like mature shape or curvy shape or I don't know, Missy shape. Missy is like the commercial apparel term. Then you could play, perhaps potentially people could have half forms in those shapes just to play and not necessarily make a final pattern that they will sew up.
Right.
But think about it, the patterns that you buy are based off of a standard shape. So even if you were to drape on a standard form, you could get to that base, but then you'd have to grade up and down for your size, which might be challenging. But let's not get so hung up in that.
Right.
Like, what about just playing with creating styles? I don't know, she's kind of like a paper doll kind of a thing. It's super fun. Like, even though this isn't my shape, I'm having a blast draping styles for her. So.
All right.
So that's all we have. I hope that you're having a great week, and Me Made May. We're having so much fun getting started with that. Today I was looking through my Instagram feed. Everybody's posting their stuff. I think I'm gonna make a pledge about just my UFOs. Same with you.
Yes.
Yes, we have some UFOs in I think that's what my commitment's gonna be this year. You're working on your
button-up shirt. And I have some fabric for a second button-up shirt. And I also have another UFO bicycle frame bag that's nearly done. I just need to sew the other panel on.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily me made May. I'm not gonna wear it or anything.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be. It's anything you made. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a fanny pack. It doesn't matter. It's all about making.
Yeah.
All right.
I've got an endless list.
Anyway, that's all we have. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye.